So tell me about vulnerability.
You know, people think that by just sharing their feelings or sharing their past experiences, that means that they are vulnerable. Vulnerability is all about acknowledging first our feelings, our emotions, validating our emotions to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. Because if we don't validate our emotions, we are still coming from a place of ego. We are not truly understanding what is it to be vulnerable. And this is a game changer. This changes everything. The way we feel towards our emotions. It teaches us to be more gentle, more accepting of what's here, what's present, without judgment. This is true vulnerability. This is true authenticity, when we can come from this place where we truly feel inspired and we are truly feeling our message into what we say, into what we deliver to this world, without fear, without anxiety, without our shadow aspects that are limiting our understanding of things or limiting even our genius. Up to the weed family. Big up, big up, big up, big up.
The past 3 months, we've been back in the US after almost 3 years of living in Mexico after the pandemic. And it has not been the smoothest, but I know Mexico definitely prepared us to be able to navigate the times that we're in right now here in the Bay Area, especially with all of the poverty and mental illness and homelessness that we have been witnessing while we have been experiencing different living situations in different cities of the Bay Area. We have been cultivating ourselves to truly learn and adapt, because we need to be able to learn how to adapt. So we started to do Trusted House Sitters, which is an app where you are able to do an exchange. You take care of the house and pets, and you have somewhere to stay rent free. We have managed to do it for almost 2.5 months, since June 10th. We did it, and we were able to always find a place to stay. But last week, it really has been challenging, and at the same time, Gali and I were going through this feeling of like not wanting to feel codependent, because there was still codependency even using this app. And we already felt like, you know what, we need to prepare for the uncertainty that lies ahead, because at any time there could be a lockdown, right? We've already had lockdowns in the past. So what would happen if travel is canceled, right? What home are we going to take care of? So I started to have this feeling, and we were talking about this together. And then we start to experience actually how it is when it's dry, right? Like when you're looking for dates and nothing pops up. So, as always, we like to take risks. So, we hopped on an app called Couchsurf. And we decided to use this app and not book a sit, because we were trying to find one. And the past 3 days, we didn't have anything lined up. We found a nice family that was on this app, and we were able to stay 3 nights. That way we weren't homeless, right? We always had somewhere to go. And yesterday, after we had nowhere to go, like nothing is showing up on the app on the dates that we need it for, we were ready to just like say, you know what? All right, that's fine. Like, what is God trying to tell us? What is the universe trying to tell us? Maybe like we're trying so much. Maybe we're trying to do this too much with our mind, and we're not actually allowing spirit to guide us. So in this moment, we decided to surrender, and we said, you know what? That's fine. Maybe we can just go to my mom's and have an experience and make it fun and start camping out while we're there. So we could really focus on what we're trying to really like put our energy towards, which is our business, which is our mission. So while all this is happening, we're learning to trust. We're just sitting in this park in San Rafael where we don't have anything planned yet. Galia, last minute, finds something in Oakland. And that's where we're at right now, actually. We're at a cemetery near the area where we're house sitting. But basically, it's like this journey is just always asking us to surrender even deeper. Are we really trusting the divine and surrendering, or are we still trying to force it and coming from this place of doubt, right? So we are put in these physical situations where, in a way, we're doubting ourselves, or we're maybe feeling a bit unsafe, only to break through and penetrate that fear and then actually realize that we are always safe. There is always going to be a roof over our head. There's always going to be the resources that we need to be on this journey. And it is the journey itself that is the most important. It's what creates us. It's what creates the hero, right? It's what creates character. And if we didn't have the journey, if we didn't have the story, it wouldn't be the same. If we've closed ourselves off in the past or closed our hearts off, it's not even just us, you know? We've been seeing this in all the people that we've house sitted before. There's a barrier, and it's hard for people to truly open up. People are suffering. So many people have become aware that they have trauma, and they're stuck. They're in limbo. They're afraid to connect. They desire to connect, but they are afraid to connect. We need to be aware of the shadow. And as a collective, we become more and more aware of the shadow. More aware that, you know, we do live in a world where we are controlled by these governments who are greedy and in truth don't want the best for us. That we are that we are led by politicians, not true leaders. And this is why we live in this world. It's just that some people, they don't know how to move. A lot of us, we're in this awakening. We've awakened to our traumas. But some people are really deep in there, and they don't feel like they have the strength to get out. And that's why we're here, to do that heavy lifting. And if the last few months have shown us anything, is that we're truly doing the work. And we're placed here to truly see where the world is, where the collective is, so we can remember to be that light, to come out of that darkness, to come out of hiding, out of that shadow where we have felt victimized, and be able to rise and shine, because the world needs it. The world is in darkness, and we are that light, and we can't forget that we are that light. Now we need to shine. We need to rise above, because we are the representation of hope. And we are that hope. We are that light, that new sun that is rising. So we can't give up, and we have to remember why we're here. Even when times get tough, when life gets the best of us, and we can feel like the flame is just burning out, the candle is burning out, we can light ourselves up again just by remembering who we are.
What we are envisioning now for the future is to be on lands that we can nurture, and letting these lands nurture us, because this is the most beautiful relationship that you can experience. To be witnessing nature every single day of your life, letting nature teach you. And I think many people are afraid of experiencing nature, because nature, just as humans, we go through stages. and it's teaching us, but we go through stages and we need to be capable of accepting each stage that we are going through. This is our story, and our story is to be on lands, to create an eco project, a community, to connect technology and healing in one and single thing. Nature and technology can work together, just as science and spirit can work together. They are not separated. And they never were separated. The system, this conditioning that we've been deprogramming from, placed these ideas into our mind, into our thinking. So what we truly need now, we have this leadership training that we've been working on that is really, really powerful, and it's going to truly change the way we see leadership worldwide, nationwide first in the United States, but it's going to change, it's going to shift the way people see leadership globally, because we need to see leadership in terms of evolution. If we don't include evolution into leadership trainings, if we don't include this deep research, this deep search for ourselves, for who we are as individuals, why were we placed in these times on this planet, what's our purpose, how can we create connections, collaborations that are ultimately the greatest way to feel closer to God. We have had our moments, we have had our betrayal in the past, we have had some karmic encounters, as we like to call them, but they don't define us, and they don't define humanity as a whole.
What is it?
Raspberries. Raspberries. Anna?
What else?
Pepper. You see?
Yeah.
Pepper. Chilies here. Got some pumpkin. More. Pumpkin on this side. Little pumpkin patches. Tomatoes. Got some little green tomatoes here.
The hidden gem in the
Squash.
heart of the city, right?
Some squash, yes, look.
Some squash. And that's the freeway just over there. The main freeway.
Squash film.
Wow. So nice. We always end up finding stuff,
Yes.
right? Always
Yes.
supported.
Yes, and strawberries, look. I didn't realize. They're still growing.
How much do you think you would pay at the store for what you have right here at Whole Foods?
$5.
$5.
$7 already? No, maybe like 5. Actually, maybe this is already like almost $2 here. Maybe like $2 here. Maybe like 80 cents here.
Wow.
Another $1.
Right now we are finishing a pet sitting opportunity in Auckland. This was a last minute opportunity. Jess was sharing this in another video that we had nowhere to go and he just showed up. So we just stayed in Auckland looking after a kitty for a few days, and right now we are moving forward. Our next step is by the end of this month to get a van and to just be on the road, but to find lands where we can be sedentary for a while, some lands that we can nurture, and having these lands nurture us as well. So if you know someone, or if you personally have a van and you'd like to donate to our cause, you'd like to do something for our mission, you'd like to support, we truly appreciate this type of gesture. And also we're looking into buying, so if you have an option that is not too expensive and that will allow us to have this freedom, because with pet sitting we've been moving a lot, so we haven't had time to truly focus on our content, on our coaching, on our leadership training, what we are nurturing at this time. So we'd really appreciate some help on this level. This is something that we have planned for the next coming weeks.
Yes, and with that said, this is why the pet sit that we're doing right now is going to be the last one for this month, and we've decided to go to my mom's house, and we're going to be camping out in the backyard. That way we can also feel like we're connected with nature, right? And we also want to do something for my mom while we're there, which is making the backyard more beautiful, because this is what we've spoken about, is that we have this thing where if we have the opportunity to actually like have our van and stay in someone's land, we want to make it more beautiful. So we said, why don't we start that now? That way, by us going to my mom's for a couple weeks after finishing this pet sit, we're going to be able to get back on content creation, be able to focus on our business and do the outreach, the networking, you know, because we do have our programs that have been ready. It's just that with the instability, as Gale just mentioned, of moving all the time, it hasn't allowed us truly to do the outreach that we want, right? To have more results. So this is what we're planning on doing today and in the next 2 weeks to move forward.
And we are so glad, because we are seeing way more clearly in our business. If you're not familiar with Schools of Consciousness, we are an LLC, we are a life coaching business. There's 3 branches to our business: leadership, healing, and coaching. Right now we are focusing on this brand new, super powerful program that is called Evolutionary Leadership for Women in Organizations, that is directed towards mostly women in tech. And of course, our big project now is also with nature, so integrating nature and technology, more sustainability, more sustainable projects. We were both involved in different permaculture projects. I was also involved when I was in Australia, and then when we came together in Mexico, we worked on some light construction as well. So this is something that we're really passionate about. So our business allows us now to merge both and all aspects of ourselves.
Exactly. And that's why with the 3 branches of leadership, coaching, and healing, this is how we're coming together. Just as in our collective consciousness, you know, we're going through a merge right now. We're going through an evolutionary phase of actually evolving and integrating spirituality and science. We wanted to come back to California, and specifically the Bay Area, because we know that here there's a lot of influence, there's a lot of opportunities, and we can see into the future, and we know that our program offers so much value, especially in a world that is lacking so much leadership skills.
Right now we have different offers. So our training is a 6-week program. You have the possibility to book for your organization 1 hour, and it's an overview actually of our evolutionary leadership program. So we're going through the different modules, but in just 1 hour. So it's really powerful if you want to book an hour for your organization, your community. I'm going to put the information under the video so you can book directly on our calendar. We have also a workshop have a workshop that is called Healing the Wounded Feminine that is also available for you to book. We have also our own
Yes.
one-on-one coaching programs that you can dive into, and also our healing sessions, including a spiritual psychology consultation that you can book. We have a big range of services depending on where you're at in your journey and what you are trying to achieve in your life.
So if you resonate with our message, make sure to follow, subscribe our YouTube, connect with us on social media. We're going to put all our links below on how you can, get a hold of our services that we offer. Like we mentioned earlier, if you have someone who wants to donate a van, or someone who has a great offer for us, that would be great. And of course, if you know angel investors who are interested in our work, make sure you send them the link of this video and we can get connected.
Yes, thank you so much for watching us and being part of this community. We haven't been really present online. Like we said, it's been tough because we've been moving a lot, but we are back online and we are promising you really powerful content and important content.